Dungeon Master Rose, and tonight I'm going to be running Magic vs. Might, our homebrew version of exploring the world of Cormyr and the many political and magical treacheries that lurk throughout. The first thing we're going to do is character introductions. So like I said, my name is Rose, and I'll be playing all the NPCs tonight, and the maps, I'll be playing them if they talk at all. Hopefully they won't. That would be rough for you guys. You never know, though. And I would like everybody to introduce themselves and their character, and when you introduce your character, share what they look like, and do like a vibe explanation. So for example, my vibe is quirky and awkward. Quawkward. That's like generally my vibe check. Self-decided. Alright, let's start with Sanavi.
Hi, so I am Sanavi. I am playing Quarry, an Eladrin barbarian, just this 7-foot-tall mountain of muscle, this big buff elf. And right now he's just kind of feeling the mood. Like he's semi-questioning why he was called in and what mess has his friend gotten into. And then I believe favorite donut, correct? Mm-hmm. Alright, well, mine, I really love hazelnut spread donuts. And then Corey would love apple fritters. Those would be his favorite. And that's me and Corey.
Excellent. Let's popcorn over to Reefy.
Okay, hello. I'm Reefy. I am a pink tiefling. I've got pink skin, pink horns, my clothes are pink, my glasses are pink, everything about me is pink. Very much like a vibe check for them is I guess you call it pastel punk. kind of hardcore, but if there's anything that they're freaked out about, they're like, no, no, I'm not about that. Let's not do that. Okay, thanks. Very much as a wizard, but not like the smart kind of wizard, like the art school kind of wizard. Yeah, I'm an order of the scribe, so I change a lot of my spell components or spell types to different damages, and I flavor them as like paints and ink and stuff. So he's very colorful and very flamboyant and like that. My favorite donut flavor is my Captain, my Captain rather, from Voodoo Donuts, which is like a raised donut with vanilla frosting, and then it's covered with Captain Crunch. It is the most amazing thing ever. I had one once that it was strawberry instead of the vanilla frosting. It's like my favorite.
That sounds delicious. Alright, let's jump over to Yari.
I'm playing Yari. He's a dwarf, kind of dark hair, kind of ruddy clothes that are kept not too dirty. He usually seems to equip and dress himself more or less for utility rather than display. Although he does have an eye patch over his left eye that he hasn't revealed yet, but he doesn't actually need it. Vibe-wise, he seems to clearly know when it is time for business and whether it's time for partying, and he'll be able to get into either or, but he won't really mingle the two moods. As far as donuts, I personally do not get into donuts very much. I don't really know any of these flavors you're describing, but with fairly consistency, when I'm in the mood for one, I like just an old-fashioned glazed.
Nice.
I feel like if he was, sitting down to have donuts, Yari would probably like the powdered, like the white powdered ones. Just something
Awesome.
fun. So, yeah.
That's great. All right. How about Omri?
I am playing Omri, 6'4" armorer artificer. My appearance is that of a human. Quite pale skin, salmon-colored eyes, probably about 240, 250 in the weight category. Covered in armor from head to toe. Often seen without his helm, but the second that any type of danger gets close, the helm goes on. You'll notice over time that his armor can do quite a handful of neat tricks. As far as donuts go, Omri would probably just keep it real simple. Just a simple fried dough. No extras, no glazes, no powders, no anything. In a sense, I guess nothing unnatural. As far as myself, however, I do favor good old-fashioned Bavarian cream-filled donuts.
Nice. And last but not least, we have one new friend tonight. And that is Malachite.
Hello, I am playing Malachite Beck. He is a smoke genasi, son of a air and a fire genasi. Just pale, ashen skin. His hair kind of looks like it's just smoke trailing back from his head. One eye looks like it's black and filled with smoke, but the other looks like a human eye, a red human eye. His right arm kind of ends just below the shoulder, but is replaced by this kind of spectral arm. It seems to function as his normal one. No armor, simple weapons, dagger, crossbow, and a kind of black and red pseudo-dragon curled up around his neck most of the time.
Excellent. So, let's go ahead and jump into our cold open. We're going to start with a wide pan over what we now know as Noki's Tower. With similarly to how we started the last one, a unfamiliar figure with a pseudo-dragon wrapped around their neck approaches the through the lush woods that surround this, fairly luxurious tower and farmland. Walks a unfamiliar face. Malachite, can you tell me why you have been summoned here? Which of our original party, or what exactly brought you looking after these particular people?
My patron informed me that I am to go here, and, well, I'm only still breathing because of her, so I do what she tells me. But she did say there would be somebody familiar if I did so.
Excellent.
She did not say who.
So, I think, is she, like, does she have, like, a settling presence or a dissettling presence, this patron of yours? Like, when she communicates with you, is it terribly unsettling, or is it somewhat comforting?
It's a little of both, just because, out of character, Malachite is not the only soul sharing the body right now, so sometimes he has his voice, sometimes he has the other soul's voice, and then the patron comes in and it's...
Yeah.
confusing.
So, you just feel like a sense of, like you found the right place. Something kind of draws you forward. There is a pair of open doors that are swinging slightly ajar in the wind, and you feel yourself kind of pulled towards this entrance. As your patron kind of like softly, subtly hints, without words, just with, you know, the flip of an arm, the twitch of a finger, pulling you forward. As you enter this main area, you see a open space filled with all manner of papers, you know, scrolls, writing, research of all kinds. You see definitely some blood splattered on the stairs as you're coming up them. Inside, you hear a commotion coming from up the stairs, but mostly you notice in the center of the room there is a teleportation circle. It kind of has started to sort of shimmer and shift. And with that, we see a zoom in on that teleportation circle, and then we zoom away from it, and we are in another location. We are in the underneath of this tower, where a group of you have just slayed a great beast. It has fallen to its knees before you. And just as it does, this sort of strange, illuminescent, one of you maybe like bumps a who thinks they might be clumsy enough to accidentally bump one of these books over here?
Well, I would definitely say Carson, but Carson's not here. So.
Okay, let's say, well, this is what we'll do. We'll have Carson trip into this circle and accidentally trip over like one of the, there's like he steps on like a diamond or something like that on the ground, and it crushes and it activates a previously a previous incantation or something like that. You're not entirely sure how this works, unfortunately, but there must be some residual magic here from the unhealthy habited wizard that once inhabited this tower. And the teleportation circle begins to glow. And within moments, Carson has disappeared. What do you guys do?
Carson! Carson! I'm gonna run towards the circle and try to like figure out how to activate it again.
Yeah, so you see that there are you know what, go ahead and make an Arcana check. First roll of the game.
Dirty 20.
Oh yeah! So I think you see that there are some runes and things inscribed along the edge. Typically something like this would need like a high level spell or a teleportation circle spell. But it seems to have residual magic. I'll say you guys can probably activate this like maybe like 4 more times. If you all get on it, it would transport you all, but you could probably activate this circle 4 more times before whatever magic Noki had infused into it dissolves.
Okay, there's a chance that we could get him back. I don't know how to get him back. Maybe he can find his way back. Or maybe we should take the portal. I know there was some things in here that we needed to do still, though. But Carson, he's gone!
Well, keep in mind, Reefy, that the symbol on this floor, it's very similar to the one up in the treehouse, and so...
Maybe he just went to the treehouse.
Right, that's what I'm thinking, is that maybe he just went to the treehouse. I'm sure he's safe.
I mean, has anything that we've encountered here been safe? Anything.
Well, I mean, maybe not, but I mean, the rats were safe.
Those things were disgusting. They were not safe. They were probably rabid, and the fact that we just like let them waltz out of here is beyond me.
They're people, Reefy. Keep that in
I
mind.
mean, they were people. Now they are rats.
But we're trying to make them people again.
Hopefully we can fix that. That looked a lot more permanent than what happened to the other people being as they distributed his brain into like a multiple creatures.
Well, that's very true. That was a whole lot different. Well, we definitely need to find Carson because I think he's the one that grabbed all the notes, all of Noki's notes. So, we do have to make sure he's okay. There is still some area down here to explore. We do know how to get back here, and we've cleared a path of safety between the entry point from under the storeroom to here. So if we ever wanted to come back, we could.
Well, I mean, if he did go up into the treehouse, he'd just be down here in like a few minutes, right?
Well, yeah, you'd think so. I mean, unless he's too freaked out to come back down here.
That's true. Which, if I were him, I wouldn't come back down here. Alright, so should we head up there, or should we finish exploring this place? Because I feel like whatever's down here might be pretty important.
Yeah, I agree. I'm all for finishing the exploration. I mean, if we can finish mapping this place out, and then we get the ability to help these creatures become what they once were, then we're not coming in blind. You know what I mean? We can map this place out. We can mark the rooms with what creatures are in them, so that when we come back, we can do the exploration a little more successfully. You know.
All right. Well, why don't we just go ahead and pop these last couple of doors and then head up? It shouldn't take us more than a couple minutes.
The circle begins to glow again.
Guys.
And you all watch as a new person appears before you. Unfortunately, Malachite, there was a bit of a commotion upstairs. Somebody came bursting out of the teleporter, saw you, immediately went, "Ah!" ran off, and as you went to follow him, you got snatched by the teleportation circle, basically. And essentially, you wind up... Whoa, you're not that big.
Wow, that guy's big!
It's a huge dude.
Oh dear.
Another person appears in the place of where...
I just realized I was muted.
Oh. Another person appears in the place of where Carson had disappeared from.
Whoa. Who are you? Did you see a furbolg?
Is that who just ran past me?
Yeah.
I did.
Is he okay?
Where did he go?
Where I was.
Also, who are you?
Behind the tower. Malachite. Where are you?
I'm Reefy. What are you doing here?
I was summoned here.
Reefy kind of looks around.
Do any of us recognize this fellow?
One who would recognize me is not here. She claims she's on her way.
Yeah, I think I'm curious. So I would love to, Yari, can you talk to me a little bit about your patron? Just a little bit, really quick.
What about him?
Just like what draws him?
He seems interested in power and influence, possessions, things that belong to people, specifically himself. Yari's never been entirely sure why he's interested in him, but yeah, he has given him a boon, and Yari's willing to make use of it.
Yeah, I think you get a vibe off. At this point, you've been kind of feeling like you're in the presence of a lot of power. You get these kind of like feelings off of your companions that almost as if like almost desire, right? Like when you're around people that have a lot of power, you have these almost like urges to get to know them better. It's like it's almost seductive. Like you just want to like these feelings just kind of come to you, right? When you're around people that are very powerful. And this has been happening like this whole time. This person, you start to have that feeling, and then you get the sense like, oh, they're occupied.
Yari kind of like has a moment of like, huh, alright.
I'm going to, for now, with everyone else's permission, retcon that Elisheva also got caught in the circle. I'll add an extra teleportation use if she ends up being here and I bring her back. Are we okay with that? Just so that we don't have to deal with I don't want to play somebody's character without their permission, so...
Yeah, there's just a lot of really inadequate or inappropriately placed banana peels, and people keep slipping on them.
Yeah, exactly.
This is
We
one
get a
with
full
wizard
feeding his
montage.
experiments.
We get a full montage of like everybody just like keep slipping and falling into the portal.
Someone accidentally trips the Yakety Sax rune.
Is it alright to say that she and I literally switched places?
Yeah, I think that
Elisheva
totally
is
makes
the
sense.
one that Malachite knows. So.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
like,
that you
he
guys
would've
would
stopped
literally
at the top.
pass like stars in the night. Or ships in the night.
It's high swapped.
Like stars in the sky, you know how they all go past each other? That's like how space works.
Yeah. Obviously.
go with
Yeah, it
that.
checks out. I failed science. That
Well, yes. Sure.
This is your fantasy world. Can work however you want.
Yeah, stars basically in this fantasy world, stars cross past each other.
It's just a fleet of glowing ships in the sky.
That's a really cool concept. I'm not gonna lie.
I actually might write that down for later.
A fleet of glowing ships in the sky.
Now that is an interesting sci-fi concept. Years turning.
Writer's room is ready.
Anyway,
All right, back to our world here. And you find yourself surrounded by strangers, but you still feel like you're where you're supposed to be. Or at least with who you're supposed to be. Does your patron talk to you at all, Malachite?
Yeah.
She goes, oh. Your friend is not here right now, but...
Well then, what am I doing here?
That's what we want to know.
Yeah, why are you talking to yourself, weirdo?
Sit.
Did you just tell me to sit?
No, I told you this.
Oh. Well, don't tell me to do that either.
She says, information is power.
So, what are you doing here?
I told you I was summoned. What are you
Bye.
doing here? And actually, who the hell are all of you? That's a great place to start. I know the tiefling. Reefy.
Hi.
Well, who we are may not be as relevant to the fact that I don't know who summoned you here, and quite honestly, you've been summoned to a spot where you are considered trespassing because this property belongs to us now. So, again, can you be a little more specific than being summoned?
Telling the truth, you should work with them. Be kind.
I don't do kindness when all there is a suspicion. You know that.
Don't make me take over.
Don't you dare. You have to be content with two of us right now. You don't have the power. I am Malachite. I was pulled here because I was told somebody familiar was here. I want information. I don't know what kind yet.
Okay, so let's see. The only two people that aren't here. Well, there was another person. Okay, so do you know? Do you know Claude or Klaus? No. Okay. Do you know Elisheva?
Ellie's alive.
She is. She literally just was here not even like a second ago. Literally swapped places. It was kind of trippy. That's why we're really suspicious, because two people have disappeared into that portal now, and you're standing where they were. So we're just.
You might want to step off.
Am I allowed to? Will I get attacked?
Oh no, not unless you like punch me first. Just start backing up.
You guys are all kind of getting the sense from each other that nobody really is in the mood to fight each other. You're just all super suspicious.
Yeah, some of us are looking a little like catching our breath with two large creatures dead already in the room. So
can I get like a alignment check, quote unquote? How do I feel this person is morality wise?
Chaotic.
Chaotic. Okay, so okay. Full disclosure: the reason why we're so worried is we did something that may or may not be really bad in some cases. Well, it's not that we didn't kill anyone. We just, we did kill somebody. Okay, so we killed.
I will point out that 3 of us were not here for this event. Go on.
Yeah. That's more people are being compounded onto this big secret. So, we killed a wizard who was very important. Because he turned all of these people, or all of these animals that live here, into, well, they were people. He turned them into animals. So yeah, that happened. So we tried to change one of them back, and it went really bad. And we're currently trying to figure out how to, reverse the process of turning all of these people from animals back into people, and how to turn somebody back from a Givering Mouther. But that guy's alive, at least, so maybe he can vouch for us. But just saying, helping us incriminates you, so yeah.
So you're saying I should figure out how this teleportation circle works?
I mean, you're kind of stuck here for the moment, and you're already here, so if you were to leave, anybody that saw you leaving would automatically assume that you were here automatically, and then, yeah, so you're already kind of in it. Welcome to the party.
And at the rate that people keep showing up, anyone could just walk up and see any of us walking out, so...
Yeah.
That is definitely true. You guys have had a lot of visitors here.
I estimate we shall soon have a small army.
Yeah, so that's why we've been so suspicious. It's just because we don't know who's coming by. We don't know if we're gonna get arrested or
And we are being watched and judged by a mage council. Just so you know.
The Mage Council.
Yeah, that's one of the dudes that we killed. He was on that council.
Apparently, he was responsible for all this shadiness.
You are an accomplice now.
He's responsible for that, and I point over at the giant lion ogre thing, whatever it was, that we killed.
Yeah. So, just by being here, you're automatically, kind of incriminated yourself.
One moment, please.
You make everything so palatable.
My lady, respectfully, what the fuck?
Who, me?
Yes, you, who else?
Oh, it was time you had a little fun.
Oh, I was having fun at the tavern when you pulled me away from it. This is criminal.
We're not criminals. We just made a mistake that we're trying to fix.
And stop trying to implicate that I am part of a crime.
Well, if people were to stumble upon the scene as it is, it would be...
I think maybe you should not be the one talking to him.
I just mean it would be considered. I don't want to lie to him. Full cards on the table.
Do we need to roll for conversational initiative?
I'm in his face.
I appreciate the honesty, but also, if you're not criminals, step number 1 should not be to imply the person who shows up is part of the criminal conspiracy.
Thank you.
Well, technically, he didn't say you were part of the criminal conspiracy. He just said that if anybody were to see you leaving, they may choose to implicate you in our group dealings. But with that said, we are trying to get out of this whole underground situation, and we have a few more doors to check out. So if you guys want to keep talking, but myself, I'm going to start checking doors so that we can continue on with this and try to get the hell out of here.
I'm going with Armor Boy.
Though, if I may, who the hell are all of you?
And I think this is a great time for the person that you actually know to diffuse some of this tension that has arisen by appearing back from you guys. So here's what happened, Zuleika. You fell into the teleportation circle, got teleported back. It took you a hot second to figure out how to activate it again. And now you have wound up once again back in the dungeon once more. You see an old friend of yours and your new, and as well as your, trusted companions, kind of sizing each other up and not really sure whether to trust each other. What do you think that you could say right off the bat, recognizing a group of people that you trust at odds with each other to diffuse this tension?
Friends, I owe this person my life, and they are very dear to me, but I did not know that they were going to appear, and I'm very, very happy that they're here, but I do have some questions.
You and me both.
Yeah,
Malachi, it's so great to see you.
Malachi gives you a hug if you let him.
Absolutely, and Elisheva is going to hug Malachi and just touch his handsome face and say, I can't believe you're here. This is my friend.
And I think at this moment, Yari, you're feeling some that there might be some stuff down this corridor.
Down which, sorry?
Down this corridor. I'm not clicked on the right thing, sorry. Down this corridor. Your genie is hungry for some kind of a reward. It's been expending a lot of resources.
Yari grows mildly disconcerted that his patron seems to have an idea of what's going on around him immediately. He'd always kind of hoped the relationship was a bit more distant than that. But, alright. I think we can at least look down this way before going back upstairs.
Fair enough. Do we want to check the door, or am I smashing it in?
Yeah, there's just another door down south, but yeah, let's go in this one first. It's right here.
I mean, didn't the door kind of already get smashed in when the guy came through it?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's still on one hinge.
Before we move forward,
yeah, go ahead.
Elisheva, I know that you have a new friend here, apparently, and so I don't mean to interrupt this reunion, but I do need to ask, where are your levels of resources at currently?
Sure.
I'm slightly bleeding out, and
Ever so slightly.
maybe you could help me a little bit.
Absolutely. So I am going to. How badly bleeding out?
Depending on what we run into, you guys might be doing this on your own. Kind of.
Oh
bleeding
no.
out.
Okay. So.
Please heal him.
I'm going to step up to my dear friend Amri, and I'm going to cast. Pardon me. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at second level on him.
It is greatly appreciated.
All right. So you guys kind of make your way down this hallway. It widens as you get to the end to another door, also broken off its hinges. This creature that you fought, this behemoth of a being, gave very little care for where he was placed. So again, you find in here a bed. You find you see a chest. You see a desk with some papers and things on it. What do you guys do?
So that was 2 charges of my Staff of Healing. So at a higher level, so that's 18 back to you, Amber.
Yes,
Sweet.
ma'am. Thank you.
Go through and check some of the papers on the desks.
Yeah. You see just more like information about the spells that have been cast on these creatures, the various like level. There's like several drawings, and you appreciate. I mean, they're very well drawn. They're just of these grotesque creatures. You see a drawing of the displacer beast, a drawing of like a half and like, but it's a little different. This specific drawing of the displacer beast, it appears to be more human than the one that you see, than the one that you guys have already seen. You also see some more simple drawings, almost as if the creature that lived here had been kind of going into the world of art as a, way of passing the time while he was waiting there, like almost like kids' drawings in crayon. You find a picture of the polymorph wand, like a drawing of the different parts of it.
Schematics, you would say?
Yeah, but you cannot read it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. But I believe that potentially this might be a solution to fixing our current predicament. Or at least evidence to make it seem, yeah, just evidence.
Well, if one of you guys will rummage through that chest over there, I'm going to go over here and toss the bed and see if there's anything in, around, or under the bed.
While they are doing a physical rummaging, Yari is kind of standing kind of middle of the room and is gonna push up the eye patch off of his left eye, which I don't think anyone's really close enough to notice. But in place of where his left eye would be is this faceted green emerald. And he just gently touches a finger to it, and in Dwarven says, "Great Hashem, lend me your sight." And he casts Detect Magic. And is just going to scan the room for anything that's not on someone's person.
Hold on. Let me double check this really quick. I don't. Let's see. What's a cool thing that I could have you find in here?
If there's nothing, there's nothing. He just wants to make sure he's doing his part to be thorough.
Yeah. I'll say. I don't think that. Oh, you know what? There might be. You see, like a. You find a amulet that a very small amount of magic kind of radiates off of it, and it has a holy symbol on it. Like maybe before that beast was a beast, it was some kind of holy person. But it's old, rusted, like it looks like it's, been left for rot. It's probably like over under some of these boxes here.
I'll pick it up and just keep it in my hand for the moment. Also, keeping the spell active, as I'm noticing Elisheva and our companion walk in, I'm going to also him and just see what, if anything, is jazzing with him magically.
Are you trying to hide your eye? Or
no,
are you...
No,
okay.
no. He mostly was hiding the eye, not for the sake of people not seeing it. He was always just kind of worried that maybe his patron is able to look out through it, but the patron seems aware of things even without it, and he's get some inkling of that. He's being a little less careful with it.
Yeah. Steven, you want to go ahead and share what kind of magic is detectable on you?
Yeah. He has a pouch on him, a bag, kind of messenger bag looking thing, that's giving off magic. You see there is something beneath his traveling clothes, his traveling shirt that is magic, but it keeps kind of shifting on you. And then some faint magic coming from his ring, which, if you are also a genie warlock, I think you'd figure out why that might be.
Alright. And then if there's nothing else, let the magic go, and I'll just leave the eye patch up. Just, we're all a bunch of weirdos here. I don't think anyone's gonna look twice at a guy with a gem for an eye.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You do find one other thing. There is some magic emanating from this chest over here.
Cool.
Which
We
chest?
do
Where,
a
sorry?
perception check.
On the chest? You don't even have to. I mean, it doesn't... Oh, I guess if you would like to, check for traps, that would be investigation, if you want to check for traps on the chest.
Let's see.
I can help you.
Thanks. Yeah, because I'm not really good at investigation.
Honestly, I'm good at investigation. Like, if you wanted to be helping me.
Yeah, I think that it will be a great way to build some rapport. Malachi,
Yeah.
if you want to help Jari with in the investigation check, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Make me so happy. I'll make your healer so happy.
If you say so, dude.
So, advantage on investigation?
Yeah.
Okay. And as I'm looking over this, I'm just like, yeah, I'm sadly too used to checking wizard shit for traps.
Yeah. Oh, poor guy.
Alright. That was a... Was a 21?
Woo! 21! All right. Yeah, no traps.
Alright.
You are good.
Nothing detectable. I guess...
Yeah, it's not even
open
locked.
up if we can.
Which is a good reason to think it would be trapped, but no, it's not.
Yeah.
Inside, you guys find... So I have... really quick, I want to give the people that have done most of this dungeon this gold. Our friends that did... So that's what I'm comfortable with. But there is... So I did put, like, 500 gold pieces in this chest. But I... unless somebody is like, I'm gonna steal this, which I feel like that would create dissension in the group that is not necessary. So as the DM, I'm just gonna highly caution against stealing that 500 gold, and I'll split it 7 ways between those of you that defeated almost every, like, dealt with most of what was in this dungeon, which would be the 7 people that were in the last game.
Yeah. Having been the one who uncovered it, Yari would go to all necessary lengths to make sure that everyone gets their fair cut.
Yeah. So it's going to be 71 gold pieces each, and I will add that to our friends that aren't here. And I am assuming that Malachite will be receptive to that. I think even your patron is like, not yet, not for us.
Until I'm told otherwise, I didn't come here for treasure. So.
Exactly.
But Elisheva is very happy to have Malachite join her, and she owes much to him, so she's going to give her share completely to him as a way of thanking him for being.
All right. So you can put that'll be 71 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
There's a story there. There is some story behind that.
Rifi, you is there anything else you would like to try to gain from this papers that you found? Are you going to pocket them?
Yeah, basically anything that looks like the monsters or looks like anatomy drawings or anything that looks scientific and arcane in nature, I'm just going to try to roll up and put into my scroll container.
Yeah. Go ahead and just mark that down that you have more of Noki's notes.
Okay.
I think you guys have compiled between you and Carson, you guys have a lot of the stuff of Noki's things.
Yeah, hopefully with this we'll be able to at least maybe not be able to create a replica, but have somebody else that is more powerful fix this problem for us with this information.
Yep.
Check in on our beef boy Quarry. What are you up to, Quarry, during all of this?
He's just been standing around, just making sure no one was doing anything blatantly stupid. Just kind of being the common sense. Just kind of being there to be the common sense that whacks you upside the head before you do something stupid.
Amazing.
Just standing there, arms folded, but ready to jump and grab someone should some sort of trap be set off, or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Woo! Playing around with some sound, guys.
Nice.
Sounds nice.
I like it.
Okay, there we go. Now we're in a dungeon.
Yeah.
And he'll look around, kind of see everyone wrapping up. Are we done?
Was there anything around the bed after the bed gets tossed?
Yeah. You find under the bed, you find a few gems, a jet, and 2 blue quartzes.
What was the first one? I'm sorry.
A jet, like a jet black. Or
Okay.
it says here it's called a jet. I have written down a jet.
Yep.
It's worth 100 GP. Yeah.
You find an SR-71 Lockheed Blackbird.
Is there any way to ascertain whether or not those gems are like what they seem to be, or do they have any tricks or something? Because I just feel like there is always something weird.
Yeah,
Well-
go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay.
I mean, if Elif is mentioning this out loud, Yari will. They didn't pop when he was looking around for magic stuff.
19. Oh, okay. Well, I forgot. Sorry.
They're just, I mean, they can be used as arcane implements. I believe the jet would be able to because it's a gem worth 100 GP. So, you could probably, crush it and use it for one of those, for a spell that requires that.
Weird wizard shit.
What shall we do now?
I would be comfortable, I think, at this point, trying out that teleportation circle and going back up to the surface where there are a few things trying to eat. Fewer.
If I remember correctly, there is two more doors that we haven't walked through yet. I think one of them will be a connecting door to a room that we've already been in, but I'm not sure. But there is one door that we haven't been through.
I know the one
And
you're talking
again-
about.
Just my thoughts are to try and map this place out, figure out where everything is, what the creatures are, what rooms they're in, so that when we do find this capability of helping these individuals, it'll be easier to come back through and just figure all this stuff out. We'll know what we're going into.
And I suppose if we are laying claim to the tower, we'll want to know what's... So, I suppose that makes sense.
Very true. Yeah, I think if we go back into the room with the teleportation circle, there's a door on the southern end of that room, which is the direction of where we came in the beginning. But there's another door down in that area that we haven't been through yet. So,
Aside from that, we've explored the whole place. So why use the teleportation circle when we could just climb up there ourselves and save the magic? Might be useful in more areas.
don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
And I also think it's a bit unreliable, right? And so, as I was not able to come back, so yeah, I agree
This is
with you. Yeah.
Yeah, leave that for emergencies.
I'm sure that once you are able to cast teleportation yourselves, if any of you end up being able to, you'll be able to use this. It's just that right now, it's a little unpredictable and weird.
Yeah.
Not just people without their consent, so.
Crisscross.
So you guys are headed. Have you decided whether you want to head up or?
I think we were going to make our way back down through this door, to
This door.
to that door.
Okay, excellent. So you're
On-
looking
on-
to.
Yeah. On the way through, though, I'm going to take the holy symbol I found and lay it on top of the lion orc guy's body. The what was it? King without a throne.
Yeah.
King without a castle.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was king with no castle.
Just lay it on top with a king with no castle. And just let him have that. Pretty sure it was his. And then moving on.
That's very sweet.
Well, after all the wizard shit, I feel like he needs something.
So this door that you approach first is unlocked, but you come into this hallway, and the door on the end is not unlocked. This one here at the end of this hallway.
So we need to unlock this door or take the long way.
No, this one is unlocked, but this one at the end here is not.
Oh,
Up in there. Okay.
I thought you were talking about this little hallway we were in.
No, that would. No, that's fine.
Well, I do have thieves' tools. I can attempt to pick this lock. Can I? Is there a way to figure out if the lock on this door is arcane in nature, or if it's something that could possibly be picked with thieves' tools?
Looking at it, it looks like a pretty basic lock.
Okay. May I roll a thieves' tools check then to see if I can pick it?
Absolutely.
I'm going to touch my friend Malachite and give him visual blessing. Just like, just in case we find something ugly.
Okay.
Well, you said it was a simple lock, so I'm hoping a 12 does it.
Ah, sure. The lock pops open, and you're able to like twist your picks through it. I am gonna just take a moment to spotlight on Malachite and Elisheva as that spell is exchanged. Just think of it as while the lock picking is happening.
Sorry, say that again?
I'm just gonna put the spotlight on you guys for a second as you share that spell. Is there any type of like a moment or a conversation that you guys want to have, or do you want to just breeze over it?
I would like, so I'm gonna touch Malachite's remaining hand, and I'm going to say, there is much that we have to talk to. I don't even know how this is possible. And then place a blessing on him, and just, Elisheva is a little overcome by emotion right now.
Yeah.
I'd say it was by choice, but not entirely.
Oh.
The coming here is good, but dying once is an interesting experience. Having the chance to do it again is not something I planned on doing. But
good.
If it means I can see you again, I'll take the life.
And the door clicks open. You guys can go ahead and enter this room here.
Perhaps I should be the first one in.
I won't say no.
I have a companion if... No, he's gone. Cool.
You walk in and you see several empty cages. Most notably, one of the cages has been torn asunder.
Hey, Reefy, there's more cages in here. Just wanted to let you know before you walked in. I don't see any rats, but there are more cages.
Well, that's fine. Just no more rats, please.
I find them to be very smart animals. No?
Well, guess what? We just hope I don't pull that. All right.
I will walk over to the broken cage. Attempt to investigate it, looking for. Seeing if I can figure out how much force may have been used to break the cage, but also, was it broken through brute force? Like, are the bars just straight snapped, or was there some kind of magic used to break free from the cage?
Go ahead and make a investigation check.
All right, so my rolls are going to suck tonight.
For a split second, you think you feel breathing on the back of your neck, but then you don't see anything, so it must be totally normal.
Okay.
Those aren't words I enjoy. Malachite's gonna walk the room, and his pseudo-dragon has blind sight out to 10 feet. So if anything's invisible within 10 feet of me right now, we're gonna find it.
Okay. Yeah. Where are you? You're here? I
Here
think...
for now, but I'm just gonna walk the room.
Yeah, I think you... there is... Does that include, like, hiding things?
I think he might need to make a check if it's, like, hidden.
Well, go ahead and have him make a perception or investigation check with advantage because of the blindside thing.
Thank God for advantage. That was bad. So 16 perception.
Okay. Yeah, so when you get over to, like, I think it would probably be like this part of the room. Your pseudo dragon starts, like, and then, like, skitters back, like, away from the spot.
Hey, what? Guys, I'm in the corner.
I'm going to expend my last use of magic awareness.
Yeah. After a moment, as you go ahead and drop. What is that? Can you read that for me really quick?
As an action, I can open my awareness to the presence of concentrated magic. Until the end of my next turn, I know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet of me that isn't behind total cover. And when I sense a spell, I can learn which school of magic it belongs to.
Yeah, you sense a spell coming from here. It is slowly moving across the room, though, toward the door. Like, very, very slowly. And it is an invisibility spell.
Which would be illusion magic?
Yeah, it's an illusion magic.
Okay, so I'd recognize it as illusion magic. There's something using illusion magic right there.
Figure out what it is.
Hearing this, something appears before you. Why now? And you all see another displacer beast. This time, more upright. A bit brawnier. With blinking yellow eyes, it stares at all of you, its tail whipping around it. But it speaks.
Alright, big guy, settle down. We're not here to hurt you. We're actually here to help. We can't help at the moment, but we're here to help. Noki, the wizard, did this to you? Did you used to be human?
My life was hardly hardly much of anything toward the end. And he'll just sort of start like walking around the room, kind of like prowling like a tiger or like a cat on the hunt. He prowls over to you.
Did Noki do this to you? Did Noki make you like this?
Yes.
Well, my friends and I here, we are working on a way to reverse what Noki has done to all of you. Noki's dead, if that matters. But we are trying to find a way to reverse everything that he's done. So, like I said, we're not here to fight. We're not here to hurt you. We're just exploring this underground laboratory that he had built.
He bends down, like leaning over you, this looming figure. You're here to help me.
If we can.
Will you let me go?
As soon as we get you back to your normal self, absolutely. But in your current state, I'm not sure that it's safe out there for you. I think it's safer for you in here, because I don't know that...
I will not live the rest of my life in a cage.
As you shouldn't. 100% as you shouldn't. But I don't know if you would be accepted outside these walls. And I think that could
probably
put you
end up in a cage that way.
Correct, yes. Just like my friend here said, you would end up in another cage.
His eyes turn on you and he sort of like slinks over. I would say, Omri, go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage because of Yari's helpful side statement. And he comes right up to you and you can feel his hot breath just like, oh, baby!
Thank you, Yari.
Interesting.
Yeah, they were both good rolls.
You believe that the outside world will not be kind to me. Has it been kind to you?
Not always.
And we look more or less normal. No offense.
Good one.
We are presently taking up residence in the erstwhile Wizard's Tower. If you would be amenable to staying where we can all keep an eye on one another, perhaps we could allow you some freedom topside, if the fresh air is something you require.
I just want my freedom.
But I think for starters, we could leave this door here unlocked.
May I sleep in a bed?
You know what? There actually is a bed down here that you could sleep in. But we could leave this door unlocked and let you run through the halls and the rooms down here, so that you can stretch your legs, so to speak. And I can show you where a bed is.
Very well.
Find it comfortable, but...
May I ask? What was the purpose of the cages?
Something weird happened with your sound.
Yeah.
Oh,
You went all robot-y.
any better? No?
No.
Nope.
Not that I don't love a robot, but I'm not sure that's the vibe.
There's got to be a better way.
I've just realized I forgot to roll the title sequence. And we've been going for an hour and 15 minutes.
We could roll it after break.
Roll them titles.
Or even now.
Let's as Elisheva fights to find the right words yet again. And the creature looks around at all of you and says, I will accept your proposal. We'll go ahead and roll the title sequence. I will go ahead and share my screen so that you guys can see my video. For audiences, Gordy is going to roll the title sequence. Give me just a second to pause my music because I'm still hearing dungeon sounds and it's very distracting. Okay. Here we Steven, you'll have to forgive. As a guest, unfortunately, you didn't make it into the title sequence.
You gotta earn your spot in the title sequence.
Point me at who I gotta shoot.
All right, here we are.
Shoot a wizard.
Magic versus might. How's your sound, Viv?
I don't know.
Better.
Way better. And don't forget to reshare your music, Rose.
Thank you. Good call. Oh, I'm glad to hear that you guys have been enjoying it enough to remember to remind that about the music. Hopefully it's
well, that and also without the screen share, it messes up the overlay.
Oh, valid. All right.
And the music is amazing too.
All right. If anybody is interested in this playlist, I will share all my playlists in my DM, in my Roses Gaming Club DM corner.
Which can be found on the Discord, link below.
All right, guys. So he goes, I will accept this proposal.
Okay. I will walk over to Corey. Attempt to whisper. And just say, okay, I'm gonna take this guy out of here, walk him around, let him kind of get the lay of the place. But we have some other creatures in here. I don't know what will happen if they come in contact, so we need to make sure that the right doors are locked. I want to give him free reign, but not total free reign. And I made one small mistake. I told him I knew where a bed was, but in order to get to the bed, he has to go by the teleportation circle. So that's no bueno. So we gotta figure that out.
There is another option. Does your land have a guard?
Well,
Just don't let him leave the property.
yeah, I mean, we have a few guards up there, I suppose. if you could talk him into it. Just thought about it too, though. We could always move the bed into a different place.
That too seemed pretty light. I could lift it.
Yeah, lock the doors to the room with the teleportation. Bring the bed somewhere else, and then let him have free reign. As long as he can't get into the teleportation room, we should be good. So, I'm going to take him out of here. Why don't you talk to the rest of the group, get their ideas, what they want to do, see if we can find any more notes or whatever in this room, and then I'll be back in just a little bit.
I'll make sure they don't kill themselves.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to look back at this creature. I didn't catch your name. I apologize. My name's Omri.
I am... and he froze his eyebrows. I am Project 62, Trial 3.
Well, that's not a very good name. What?
It started with a J. Jaques, I think.
Okay, Jaques. We can go with that. That works. So I tell you what, if you want to follow me, I can kind of walk you around and show you some of the areas out here, some places you can run and things like that, and let you stretch your legs a little bit.
Will I be able to see the sunlight?
We haven't figured that part out yet, but we're working on it. There is a place that I can take you where I think we might be able to see some sunlight, but if not, we can definitely work on it.
Very well.
Okay.
I mean, you rolled a nat 20. Like, he's gonna go with your plan.
So yeah, while the rest of the guys are doing what they're going to do in the room, what I'm gonna do is walk him around. I will not take him into the room with the teleportation circle. I will also take the long route going around the room with the other creatures we have locked up. Mm-hmm. And essentially make our way kind of back to the trap door area, and explain to him that this is the area that we can try and give him some sunlight. Ultimately, what my plan would be is to replace the steel trapdoor with a barred trapdoor, and then figure out in the shed above, figure out how to make something like a skylight where the light can come through there, down in through this barred trapdoor, and provide light into that opening hallway. So
that sounds very cool. He seems to be like eating up your every word. He likes this plan. Meanwhile, in our back in the the other lab, the third lab that we've now been to, what is everybody here doing?
Yar is going to do as he did before. He's going to touch his gem eye and use the detect magic and just kind of scan around. Just scan around the various things in the room, just picks anything up that he can point out.
Yes, you see the outline of two two vials. You see the outline of, two vials. Three vials, outlined in one of the, there's a box here, and you see the outline of three vials sitting inside of that box. They all are radiating a magical energy.
Alright, I'm gonna carefully open the box and take a look inside these vials.
Yeah, you see they are marked 1, 2, and 3. So you can add Mystery Vial 1, 2, and 3 to your
to my inventory.
To your inventory. I'll say they are not see-through glass, but they all have sand in them.
Sand?
Yes. Leafy, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry. I would be kind of browsing through the stuff that's on the table, looking to see if this is a magic circle type deal. But if it didn't blast off with the detect magic, I doubt it's anything special.
Yeah, I will say, it maybe it has like some remnants of magic, but it no longer has magical properties. Go ahead and make an Arcana check, actually, Reefy, to see if you can't tell what maybe this once did.
That's a natural 1. I'm confused. I skipped that day of school.
You get the idea that this is some kind of a modern art piece.
Yeah, I take I criticize it a little bit. Say that he didn't use the right color scheme. His angles are off. I really don't know what he was going for there. I'll just kind of peruse again what's on the table, and then it looks like there's another door over here.
Yeah.
Whoa, Tiny One, let me go first.
Well, obviously, I was just going to check it out, see if there was anything interesting about it.
Yes, let him go first, Tiny.
It is locked.
Does anyone else know how to pick a lock, or am I using my method?
Yeah, it looks like the brawn might win out on this one, bud. Go for it.
Do it. Go ahead and make an attack on that door.
An attack or strength check? Because I'm just trying to force it open, like give it a good kick.
Then that would be an athletics check. I thought you were gonna like hit it with your weapon.
Oh no, I just walk up and I just kick it. Not sure why that rolled with advantage.
14 though. That'll do it. You send this door careening down to the floor. Oh, this is kind of sad. Okay. In this room, there's just a giant hole in the ground.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
And as you walk over towards it, you peer inside and you just see bones and just rotting corpses.
Well, that's a pleasant sight.
That was his failed experiment pit.
Most likely.
Probably.
Oh, that's gross. That's gross. That's
Yeah,
gross.
we
That's
can,
gross.
Kind of wish we had waited for someone who could pick the lock so that we could lock the door behind us again.
Oh, you just do this. And I walk back out and just lift up the door and set it back into its frame.
Whoa, let me get out of there first. Jesus.
Yeah, after that, sorry.
Gross.
Sorry, yeah, I just lifted up and put it back in its, just back in its frame. By no means is it locked or sealed, but I just... There, closed.
Yeah. It's like, just lean it against the frame. There we go.
There, fixed.
There, my problem went away.
Elisheva and Malachite, what are you guys doing?
Probably trying to see what this is.
The pile of corpses?
Also, Viv, your audio is doing the
Yeah,
thing.
you're robotic again.
Malachite, anything you would like to do?
Smokey is kind of circling the room just to make sure there's not anything else hiding in here, but
Yeah.
other than that, I'm just kind of leaned up against the wall. Well, your friends are? I don't know what to say about them. I got nothing. Concerning? Nice? I don't know, what do people usually say?
I think that they're really nice. Is it better, my audio? Or is it robotic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Better.
Okay, they're quite nice. I just think that we are a bit... This is so very strange, and the depths of the depravity of Noki are so boundless that sometimes we're a bit at a loss of what to do or how to help. And it can be a little disconcerting. And that is what I feel like. I feel like we're thrown into the chaos of wanting to help and not really knowing how, and seeing all these really like heart-wrenching sights of people devoid of their will in their life, you know, and their shapes. So it's we're trying to do the best of it. But yeah, it's just horror after horror sometimes.
Can see. But I don't know what you all face down here, but seems to be the adventuring life. Do what you can until you can't.
Indeed. It's just scary sometimes, but I mean, we face scarier trials. I don't know that this will top it, but it's getting up there.
Yeah.
Collected quite a bit of information from down here. You've exhausted every corner, discovered every travesty, broke down every door. And I think it's time to go back into the light. Would you all agree?
Think
I
so.
hate being in such a damp place.
Run to the light, Caroline.
How are you guys going to take the teleporter, or are you going to? I'm just going to put you all next to each other so I can copy paste your tokens. Are you going to take the teleporter, or are you going to take? Basically, should I chalk off a note that you took the teleporter one time, or not?
I think we've agreed that the teleporter is unnecessary now that we know where it goes.
Yeah, we're just gonna seal it off so the other individual can't get to it. It's gonna stay down here for a little bit.
Excellent. So, I'm going to take you guys up to Noki's tower. Oh, a lot of you. The tree house. You can call it whatever you want. It is the evil wizard's tower.
On our way there, we will have made sure to like leave the things unlocked that needed to be unlocked and locked.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yes.
So that, right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna.
That's
So I've
important.
taken us here. I'm gonna paste our. Ooh, those tokens are the wrong size. Silly Rose. Boo! Oh, boom! There we go. You guys should still be able to control all your people.
Yep.
Everyone. The bear is still like pacing the grounds. The other animals are still, the apes are still frolicking in the water. Malachi, I know you just got here, but you all have just freshly gotten out of a large fight. Would you like to take a rest?
Yes.
That would be nice.
Rest, please.
Would be very nice.
You have some carpet to sleep on. I don't recommend going up into the bedroom. There is I'll say that Carson, I'm pretty much saying that whoever's not here is guarding the gibbering mouther. Like, making sure, dealing with the gibbering mouth. Whenever somebody's not here, they're dealing with that situation. Means there was something
enough.
went wrong with the gibbering mouther. Hopefully we'll get to the point where we have a little bit of like our consistency in our group. Means that no one's. But until then,
the absentee is on Mauser duty.
Exactly.
Yari is going to find one of these hopefully comfy chairs and just kind of curl up in it, just trying to get some rest.
I forgot, we did find a servant's quarters, so I'm going to steal one of these beds.
Yes, there is a servant's quarter.
I'm going to just sit at the table.
If anybody tells Yari that there are servants' quarters with beds, he'll use that, but otherwise the chairs, because he doesn't know what's in this room.
Yeah, you watched Reefy just kind of like come out of this quarter and then immediately do a U-turn into here. And then 2 doors slam and one of them lock.
I mean, if people tell me, I'll join up at the table.
Yeah, you guys can all hang out in the servants' quarter if you'd like.
Before I go into begin a long rest, I will take a walk around the perimeter of the grounds. Just kind of a surveillance type thing. I will make sure to speak with all of our animal friends that are on the grounds and reassure them that we are continuing to try to help them in whatever fashion I may try to get them to understand that we found notes and we found all kinds of stuff that can help. So, but just to reassure them and make sure that they're doing okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an animal handling check. And run away. I think you lose a wolf. It runs away when you walk over to it.
At least I know I'm friends with at least one of the apes. I know that.
Yeah, you do get along. Let's say, how about we have the wolves? They both run away. One of them did. Yeah. So you lose the wolves. They decide to take off into the woods. They want to do the wolf thing for a little bit, but you still got 3 apes and the bear.
3 apes and a burr.
All right.
Yeah. So everybody, is there anything you guys would like out of this nighttime scene? As you finally have fresh air. Actually, let's say it's daytime. Like you guys get out of this dungeon and it's daytime. This took a while. And so like you have a daytime rest. Does anybody want anything particular out of this resting sequence?
Well, what I will propose is that, so Elisheva would take like the daytime rest so that she can stay up at night and stay as guard, since she has like the dark range, dark vision and stuff. And also, I would say that I would like to sort of ascertain like the emotional sort of well-being of the party, because seeing all those things was disturbing, at least for me.
Yeah. So how did you bring that up? Do you sit down at the table while everybody's like getting ready for bed and say like, "Hey, how's everyone doing?"
Yeah, like, do you need to talk? Was there something you wanted to say, or how are you guys doing? Let's talk about our feelings. My favorite thing.
Yari would just be sitting there, probably having crapped open whatever he has, drink, and just be like, Fucking wizards. No offense, Reefy.
You hear snoring coming from the bedroom.
Yeah, he just says that over his shoulder at the locked door with the snoring behind it. Is a no offense.
What you drinking?
I honestly have no idea.
You mind sharing?
You guys found like a random barrel of liquor, unidentified liquor, in the storage area.
Well, I do have brewer supplies. I might be able to take some ingredients we find, and why don't you guys just sit down and relax, and I'll go back over next door to where all those supplies are and see what I can find and see if I can't whip up something that
Yes.
pleases the palate a little bit.
Sounds good.
Much obliged.
Go ahead and make a survival check to brew with your brewer's bonuses.
Whoa, it's gonna taste like crap.
Yeah, it tastes terrible, guys. It's basically it's like, I mean, it's not a nat 1, so it's not quite,
I got whatever this shit is out of a covered bucket, and I'll take this.
Sorry.
Hey, it's your first time. And
This
the
is
cook's
water.
not here.
You just flavored water.
I mean, isn't that what beer is? Just water with stuff in it. Ah.
Yeah, but there's some strength behind it.
So you're gonna see Elisheva sort of like start doing encode thoughts at the I don't know. Like she's starting to pull memories about the day and creating all these like strands. And
It's like Pensive in Harry Potter.
yeah, a little bit, and also she's going to give some of these like strands to sort of these ribbons. She's going to give some to Malachi and say, when you're ready, here is some of the stuff. And then it's going to just try to go to bed and sleep.
Yeah. Everybody's sharing a glass of flavored water or unidentified liquor at the table. The sun the sun had just started to rise, so it's like that beautiful like sunset color out or sunrise colors out the window as you guys are drifting off.
Yeah. Yari will probably just fall asleep at the table. He's a dwarf. It just happens sometimes.
What about Quarry?
All this time, he's kind of walked over to that corner and kind of sat down in full lotus and just began the process of entering his trance to sleep for the evening. He's not really one to partake in too much drinking, especially when it's this early in the morning and he still has stuff he needs to do.
Yeah. So everybody has... Oh, Omri, what about you? How do you fall asleep? Do you go to sleep?
Yeah. Sort of. I sit in a chair, position myself kind of upright and proper, and then to most, I would just appear to be in some sort of catatonic state, just unmoving, and yeah, do that for a few hours.
Malachite. What does your
Malachite,
respite look like?
Very similar to Omri's, but Malachite takes off his ring and threads it through Smokey's tail. So it's kind of like Smokey is wearing it. Show me the grounds, my friend. And then I'm going to go into my Genie's Respite and long rest in there and watch while Smokey flies through the grounds and shows me what's around.
So you go into the ring?
Yep.
Bye!
I'll be back.
No, I know. That's cool. I think probably Omri would be the only one to notice that as the last to fall asleep. And as he kind of...
Sorry.
Oh.
Never mind. So sorry.
Okay. You search the grounds, and he's just kind of trailing around the area. When he goes inside, there is like some papers and stuff on the tables, and there's like a fully laid out meal that is on this table back here. Most of this stuff, I just want to remind, like, all of these terrible things happened in the last, like, 24 hours.
I think Smokey starts nipping at it, and then just in his head he hears, "No, you do not know where that's been. You do not know anything about that. Why are you eating that? Please stop eating that."
Smokey be
Please
like,
stop
it's been
making
on
me
the
watch
table, not being eaten.
Yeah, I get that. It doesn't, I was never able to stop you, and I'm not leaving the ring, so you know what? You get sick, you're cleaning it up.
And so we cut to the morning with Smokey hawking up something like a dog on the grass as footsteps tap, tap, tap past him. Suede, nicely polished shoes make their way up to first the doorway of the tower itself there's a pause and nothing happens, and then again the footsteps walk across the yard.
Follow him.
Smokey follows. What you see is a tall man with elven features, and wizard's robes. Go ahead.
Real quick. So how long has it been since?
Oh, you would be awake because elves trance.
Yeah,
trance,
so I only
right?
need
so
4
you would be awake.
hours.
Yeah, so you're awake.
Okay, I'd be outside the servants at this point doing an exercise.
Actually, important question, how long has it been? Because I can only be in this ring for 6 hours.
Let's say, like 5. Well, I want to give everybody a full rest. So, how about we have...
I'll be back in the...
How much time does everybody need?
Well, I think I need 8, but while everything that was happening, I was ritual casting if I was allowed, if you allow it. I will have wanted to cast the Demon's Tiny Hut so that, like the people that I think it comes with, the people that are around, but that will unfortunately exclude refugees over there. But people that were around me,
go in there.
Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah, that's a fine place for you guys to sleep. That's all right with me.
Yeah.
But I think whoever would be awake at the 8-hour mark, you guys would see a man in wizard's robes knocking on the door over here, and then just kind of like starting to look around the building.
Well, I would have been up for several hours already myself, same as Corey, because I don't need as much either. So being outside and seeing him doing his exercises, I would just kind of I walk over to Corey and be like, "Hey, psst.
I see him too.
Yeah, somebody over at the door. You want to go greet him, and I'll just kind of circle around a little bit."
Where would you guys
do
be
what I
storing Ahmed Noki's body? I put it in the outhouse, but you guys can change places if you would like.
I mean, that's where I put it. I would have stuffed
Yeah.
it. Personally, I would have stuffed it down.
Yeah, outhouse is fine with me. I mean,
All right.
the guy is he was kind of a turd, so.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
All right. So the mage comes back to the door, knocks again, and just stands there with their arms folded.
I'll get up, make sure my weapons are on me, and just start walking forward, arms crossed, in like a very intimidating way. Just come up like behind, kind of side behind at an angle.
Oh! Hello. Wonderful. Are you among the adventurers under the patronage of the Elven Mage Council, or of the Mage Council?
That depends who's asking.
Well, silly, that would be me, of course.
And who are you?
I'm trying to remember what the name of you guys' patron was. Hold on.
Yeah, because I don't know their patron. I was summoned from Armory.
The name that you gave us last time was, that we found in the notes anyway, what I have written down is Hydra.
Right! We did decide that, because Hydra... Shout out to Hydra, the music bot for Moosewater Discord. Hydra rocks!
Oh, is that what it is?
I'm Hydra. Hydra Winterfell.
You're the one who hired my friend.
Oh, I'm not sure that hired is the word for it. More of a sponsorship.
Well, they're this way if you want to talk to them.
If you're among them, I'm happy to talk to any of you. I simply have my eye on this party. You've accomplished quite extraordinary things, or they have, and by default, being associated with them, I'm sure you're quite extraordinary as well.
Oh my goodness, you sound so posh. Just come over here.
I'm not sure why that's a bad thing. He looks around.
I just start walking towards the servants' quarters.
Okay. He follows, sort of, like, cautiously after you.
I'm staying hidden behind the bushes.
Oh, go ahead and make a stealth check. Did you make a stealth check already?
No, it's not going to go well, but I mean, I'm attempting to hide behind the bushes.
Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check and let me know. Oh, that's an 18. You are not seen as he follows after you. He has short blonde hair. He is indeed very posh. He's super duper clean. He carefully steps over rocks and bits of animal shit that are littering the ground. What an interesting space that you all have occupied.
It's either here or with another thing we'd rather not be with. And I'll open it and go, hey, there's a posh elf here who wants to talk to you.
Kiara just sits up at the table.
Everybody up! I just start clapping and banging on doors.
So, here's the thing. The Elven Council is the ruling party in Cormyr currently. I would be very happy to hear from each of you. What is your relationship with this Council of Mages? Let's start with Elisheva.
My relationship with the council?
With the Council of Mages in general. With the ruling party.
Well, Elisheva will be respectful, but, living within a system doesn't mean that you are not able to, criticizing it or see its drawbacks. So while still as a magic user, subscribing to the letter of the law, she will have a healthy skepticism and be, just have a respectful, but it's sort of she'll just just healthy skepticism all around. Just not be outright confrontational.
Awesome. So in general, you don't think you would have had much interaction with the council, one-on-one?
Exactly. Yeah. No.
Probably a little bit by way of avoidance.
Yes.
Actively avoiding. All right, Yari, what about you?
Yari's understanding of the Mages Council is in its relationship to his home city too far from what I believe is the capital.
Mm-hmm.
So the ruling families of his hometown would probably have had dealings with the council just as a matter of course, keeping diplomacy open, but his family for the longest time was really a part of that scene, and then even when they started becoming part of that scene, he never really got directly into it. So for most of his life, he really had no concept of what the council is like, and now that he's out in the world, he's starting to, pick up things about them. So it's really, he's just kind of hearing the back and forth. It's oh, the council's cool, oh, the council sucks. So, it's just politics, and he doesn't really have the patience for other people's politics, but he's trying to get the clear picture since he is now out in their world. So, he's not actively avoiding them, but he has it.
Yeah. We know that two of you are currently under the patronage of the council. Malachite. What about you?
What? Sorry?
Yeah, what do you think your relationship with the Council of Mages is like?
I don't think he's met a ton of them, and any that know of his existence probably still thinks he's dead.
All right. Here, let me fetch an elf for you guys.
Elf for an elf.
I think, he kind of makes his way into the room and looks around at the four of you and goes, this was not the group I was quite expecting, but I can't say I'm unhappy to see most of you. Your reputations in your various places precede you. I recognize most of you just by the telltale signs of your magic use. I'm simply here to check in on my patrons. I stopped by the nearby town and I figured that I would run into you all there, but they sent me here. Said they hadn't seen you since.
At this point, Reefy's gonna come out of the bedroom with just a massive bed head.
What's going on? Why was everybody pounding on the door?
Reefy! Excellent!
Hello. I'm just messing with my hair real quick, trying to put it in order. Hello. Greetings. It's good to see you.
Wonderful. Are these the new members of your party?
Yes, in a manner of speaking, they have all been congregated here. We have been working together. Yes.
Well, I, for one, am very pleased to hear that your ranks have grown. Simply, it surely will make things easier for you as we continue to send you on more tasks, yes?
Yes, it should. It should. Indeed. More people make the job easier, as they say. So what procs the unexpected visit? I was gonna send you a report about what we figured out here.
Well, I was wondering if I was going to hear from you. I stopped by the village in which you had originally told me you were going, and they told me that you had come here and never appeared again. I also suppose I could check in on Noki as well.
So about that, and I regale the story of what has happened thus far.
Oh God! Sorry, you... You've what?
He's not with us anymore, and the person that we were trying to fix is a gibbering mouther. As well as all of these people, well, animals used to be people.
And you all are also part of this?
I got here yesterday. I wouldn't consider myself part of this.
He's a part of it.
Leafy, you don't get to say that.
fully part of it.
Literally met him yesterday.
Yari laughs.
Still don't know half of their names.
Very well.
Was not given that information.
Yeah, absolutely. He just came. Were you aware of the goings on, like all of this stuff that Noki was up to? Like
I don't. I mean, certainly, I'm sure if the council had been aware of it, then they would have done something to stop it. So I don't imagine that they would have known anything.
And I start laying out the designs and all of the kind of notes and stuff that we've collected so far. Yeah, just look at all of this. Look at it.
This is repulsive. What kind of madman would... Okay.
Hey.
So this is certainly a different type of report than I was expecting. On one hand, you've developed a rapport with other well-known adventurers. On the other, and hopefully they will join amongst your rank, although I don't recognize the Genasi. I'm sure your name would mean something to me if I knew it. Either way, I am happy to see this, but I cannot say that I'm pleased to hear of your illicit activities.
Not super excited that things came to the conclusion that they did, but I just figured full disclosure.
Yeah, super eager to disclose them.
It's better that you were honest with me. After all, it is my ass on the line. I am the one that put my head in the ring, or put my hat in the ring for you. Not my head, hopefully.
Yeah, he was doing some really bad things. We discovered that he was taking these people from the neighboring villages and stuff, so he was doing some really messed up things. We didn't mean to kill him. I didn't mean to kill him.
No, I'm sure you didn't. Let's not, though, tell the rest of... Well, perhaps this has something to do with the coup. I will report... Oh, God.
Spoke too much.
My dear sir, if I may. It seems like there was no oversight here. The going on here have been happening for years, or for quite a long time. And I just feel as a magic user, that this is a terrible, misuse and abuse of the power that we're entrusted as magic users. So, of course, I would like to see what the council would do.
Yes.
They are entrusted with the safety of.
Yes, certainly. Of course, were things different, it would be fully within the power of the council to rectify these mistakes. The situation at hand, though, is that we do not yet know who to trust. Unfortunately, there is dissent among the council and rumors of an overthrow. I'm afraid in this case, until some of that dissent is dealt with, I'm not really sure what I can... I will certainly report these findings. And proper methods will be put into place to begin undoing some of these outrageously inhuman acts.
Yes,
But-
please see to that.
But it will take time. There is a lot going on that, as early members of the Magic Society and young magic well, not young, all of you, but for lack of better phrasing, lower ranking magic users are not privy to.
Give me.
But
that
isn't
sounds
the
like
coup
the-
what you hired us for? I've stepped into the doorway, by the way.
Oh! Omri!
Welcome back.
Winterfell.
I can't believe you left me here with all this. Thank you for coming back.
Well, my apologies, Reefy. He was wandering the grounds outside, and we didn't know who it was at first, so...
And you were asleep.
But this coup is the initial reason you sought us out. Those of us, myself and Reefy and Carson and I mean, so you know what you know here. As you've said, we've gathered all of these notes, and none of us here are powerful enough to help these people get back to who they used to be. And so if that's something that you and your council can handle, then that opens us up to continue our search for who is behind this alleged dissent within the council.
I can certainly bring it to them if that's what you want. Perhaps we should... I have some business to attend to along the path back, but if you would like, we can meet back up in the city and present your findings to the Council of Mages. Should that interest you?
Well, as you do that, make sure you let them know that due to the inappropriate behaviors of the previous landowner, we have now taken ownership of this property, and this is where we can be found. If we're not out adventuring, that is. But we have taken ownership of this property. So just let the council know.
You do not wish to present these findings to them yourself? In the city?
I think that's a group decision. I can't speak for everyone here, but...
I mean,
I'm
we did
for it.
find it. It's kind of our responsibility to at least finish reporting it to the people who need to know and then wash our hands of it after that.
I would like to make sure that this information gets where it needs to go.
I suppose a trip to the city would be good. We need some supplies anyway.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Alsheva.
What do you think?
We can't hear you.
I think.
Oh, I'm just talking practical supplies. I mean, adventuring supplies, any type of items or armor or gear or equipment that we can upgrade ourselves with. So just things that we can't find here that the city can more aptly offer.
Yes, certainly. I'm making a stop by. I have to stop by and talk to. We're hoping to recruit. There's a mage living deep in the woods. We're hoping to get him on our side or whatever before something worse breaks out. So I was going to stop by there. You're welcome to either join me or go on your own and meet me in the city.
I think we could go straight for the city. See what business we need to take care of and meet you when we need to.
May I suggest visiting the library when you arrive and seeing if you can find any information, more, not evidence, but just more information about what all this means. This is unlike anything even I have ever seen. I can get you access and authorization to enter some of the most prominent educational centers in the city.
That would be helpful.
I think we've got a few here that would be appreciative of large collections of literature and possibly some art, if there are any museums in the city.
Well then, it's settled. I will go one way. You and your compatriots will meet up with me in the city. And once we've done so, we'll put together... This is going to be difficult. I warn you. But we'll put together all your information and present it to the council as important, perhaps more important than whatever internal dissent exists.
I hope so.
Do you, being all high and mighty on the council and stuff, do you happen to have, I don't know what they're called, I've just seen them used, but they're like fancy little rocks or whatever that, like you can have one and we can have one, we can talk to each other back and forth, you know?
Yes, I do carry a sending stone.
Oh, yeah, okay, so sending stones. It might be helpful, like if we get to the city before you and you need to call us because the council's meeting, and then you can just send us a message on one of those.
I can give you one.
Lend us one of your talk rocks.
Yeah, he gives you one of his talk rocks.
Shayla is going to give him all the strands that hopefully haven't disappeared yet, or when she was casting her memories of the day, like she was putting them in. The ones that she didn't give to Malachite, like she's going to give to the sponsor, and she's going to say, I think that it will be, they're not going to last long, so you should look at them soon and see the depths of the depravity. And also, I'm just not sure that this was that hint from the council, so I will caution, that you be careful and that you don't trust. I don't think that he was able to do this all on his own. Without resources, without side resources.
Well, we best hope that the Council of Mages is not involved in this. If they are, it's above all of our heads.
And
can't help but sense the business.
Then
Maybe we shouldn't tell anyone. Maybe it would be better just to keep this to ourselves.
I can't help but feel like this might be one of those things. This might be one of those things where, like, they know, but you're not supposed to talk about it. Because that makes everybody look bad.
It's So make them look bad.
Or we end up in jail for spouting, just nonsense. Sacrilegious
If
nonsense.
you sit on this, somebody finds a way to pin it on you.
You're not wrong. Just saying.
There are pros and cons to both directions.
We'll have plenty of time to
Depends
think
on-
about it on our way to the.
Just depends on which consequence you think you can deal with.
How are we going to secure the tower? I don't want anyone to hurt it. People that are here turn into, unwillingly
Well,
turn into animals, and I also don't want to relinquish what we have. I'm with Riffy. It's the fruit of our labors, and until we don't find a solution, this will be like a good place to come and regroup and recover.
We could ask the local bear and apes to keep an eye on the place, and as far as any of the places by a powerful wizard.
Well, not only that, if somebody breaks into the wrong room, they're going to run into a gibbering mouther, and we probably won't have to worry about who's trying to break in. Just saying.
That is also true.
If only you had a bunch
Alright.
of dangerous creatures here that can really probably protect themselves.
and, well,
Need I
you also
remind you
have
of the thing that can leave on its own?
That can what?
A thing that, if it's determined enough, can leave on its own.
Oh, that's right.
It's so when we all came out, I did lock the trap door, so it cannot leave on its own unless it spends a good amount of time banging on a locked steel trap door.
And what do you intend to feed it if you are all gone?
Oh, we're not leaving right this second. We can. That storeroom next there has a ton of food and stuff in it, so we can.
Yeah.
I put some stuff together, take it down there, give it something to eat, and it speaks, it understands. So I can have a conversation with it, let it know what we're doing, and that we will be back.
You all are certainly much more thoughtful about all of this than I would have been under these circumstances. I'm sure I would have been a complete coward right off the bat. So I'm very relieved to hear that you all are thinking of all of these important choices.
Oh, we kind of tripped into some responsibility.
I can guard I can put a glyph of guarding on the of warding, on the door or somewhere wherever it's needed before we leave.
Okay.
If that will make any of you more, if that will give peace of mind, and you would tell me what kind of reaction you want me to put on it, and we'll do that. If we are all in agreement, and I'm gonna display it on the TV.
Sounds good.
Or why don't we just give the creature downstairs a job? It wants to see the sun, let's just not give it a reason to leave. Give it a job, give it reward. That thing is not exactly easy on the eyes. One look at that, even some of the most bravest of fighters will run.
I like that.
That's true.
I don't know what the rest of the party will
It'll-
think, but
It'll give it a chance to be out here in the open instead of down in the drafty dungeon, which I wouldn't even want on my worst enemy, personally.
I can think of a few enemies, but you are right. I would prefer that he or they or it be allowed to have some freedom. It seemed in control of itself, as long
And
as
we
it
give
doesn't
it a
have
job.
a reason to leave. Yeah,
We give it a job. We give it purpose.
I'm for that.
And
At
if you're
least until we
concerned
can
at
get it back
first,
to
just
its
give me
normal
the key.
pardon?
If you're concerned at first, give me the key. I'll watch him.
Alright. I don't have a problem giving you the key.
I mean, I trust you implicitly, so yeah. I think I really like the idea, Corey. And I think that giving it purpose and just having it guard the other people until we find a way to undo this is magnificent and a way to make sure that everybody is smiling.
All right. Can I have a Reefy roll? Actually, no. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Hang on. I can finish this conversation. The wizard with you is starting to look a bit anxious. So we meet in the city then. I do have other business to attend to. I was excited to check on you, but I unfortunately do need to go talk to this hermit in the woods. Am I good to leave?
It's good.
Can you defend yourself?
Yes. I know I act like a coward, but I'm actually quite competent.
Fooled me.
One of these days, Corey, we're going to have to talk about that high and mighty attitude you have.
I'm not...
I don't know, our last conversation didn't really help.
Winterfell, we will see you in the city, good sir.
Very well. Farewell. And Winterfell exalts. As you all are preparing to leave, yes, I'll say Malachite, your patron whispers there is much to learn from remaining here, studying the beasts that have not perished, and those that have.
Time for studying is later. First is making sure they're going to survive.
Very
Those
well.
that are left.
So are you planning on staying while everyone else goes, then?
Unless I end up in another game. Yes.
I think that's a really perfect way to kind of explain how you remain connected if you want to rejoin us in the future, but don't stay here since I think we're probably going to pick up with the other party in the future. Reefy, can you go ahead and roll a D100 for me?
D100.
Roll that percentile.
D100. It is an 8.
Okay. Okay.
Really good or really bad at the DM as well.
Uh-oh.
The DM starts giggling uncontrollably. Oh gosh.
Hold on. Give me a second. I gotta get something out of the compendium.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I love those words.
Drum roll.
Gotta get something exciting here. It's the reason I'm laughing is because as you all are this is hilarious. Okay, as you all are like preparing for like this massive adventure that you're about to go on, in the woods, like you hear a rustling. What's everybody's passive perception? Actually, let's check in on that.
14.
14.
Mine is 12. Smokey's is 13.
Okay.
12.
Yeah, so all of you guys hear this rustling in like the trees towards the back. The bear is not there right now. The bear is like taking a bath. You hear this rustling in the trees back here.
You hear that?
A rustling in the trees.
What is it now?
Yeah.
I draw my longsword. I draw my longswords. Right.
Yep.
If I have an action, I'm gonna pull something out of the bag of tricks.
Yeah, I'll pull my mace out, raise my shield.
I summon my hammer.
You can see in the woods, it's just a bunch of goblins. Just lurking. They don't know what they're up against. They're just out here lurking in the woods. You see let's see. I'm gonna just throw a couple out here in these trees. They as you guys approach, they all are like, and then you go left and I'll go right. And together we'll attack the defenseless beings from behind. And then they see you and they're like, oh shit. And I guess everybody go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh, wow.
And while we're doing that, can I have a giant elk, please?
Yeah, sure. Let me grab you one.
Pull the giant elk out of the bag of tricks.
Do you want visual blessing, Malachi?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
You good?
Why am I in there twice?
Everyone is.
Four?
It's where a lot of people are. Two reefies, 2 quarries.
Alright, I'm gonna be writing down initiative for this. Because it's a pen and paper tabletop game.
Ooh.
So, who has above a, does anybody have above a 20?
I have a 21. I rolled a natural 20.
Okay. Who has above 15?
Reefy has a 17.
Malachite has an 18.
Okay.
I don't know if you want me to roll for the giant elk or what, but...
Do you control the giant elk, or do I control the giant elk?
Oh, it just acts on my turn. I can use a bonus action to command what it does.
Cool. I will share this with you then.
I rolled a nat 1, so I'm gonna give visual blessing of myself if the DM allows.
Yeah, sure.
Thank
Well,
you.
wait, what is it? What does it do?
It gives me advantage to sure it rolls, because I just rolled a nat 1. It was like a 4.
Yeah, I mean, you had already said you were casting it, so...
Okay, thank you.
Let me see. I'm dropping this in your journal, Steven. You should be able to edit and control it now.
There he is.
Okay, so Reefy got a 16.
Holy, that is
17.
not how big you
Got
are.
a
Oh, that's how big you are.
No, they're huge.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, giant elk is actually big boy.
That is
no
very
joke.
big. Yeah, no,
No
that's how
joke.
big it is. Yeah, it can't be there. Yep. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Who got above a 10?
I got a 10.17. I don't know why the 17, but
Okay.
It's tiebreaker.
tiebreaker, yeah.
10. And I see 3 7s. No, wait. I don't know which of these are the right things.
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
I rolled a 7. I rolled a 7. And that's all that I see. And Yari rolled a 2.
Okay.
He rolled a 2. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a couple of initiatives for these guys. One for the goblin bosses, and one for the goblins. Just so that, there's a little bit of a breakup between... Got a d20 here. 8 for the goblin bosses and 10 for the goblins. That's not great. Okay. All right. I see a star. All right, let's go. Omri, you're up first. What are you doing?
All right. I am going to use my movement to put myself right here. And as I move up, I will turn both hands to where the palms are facing in front of me, and my gauntlets will begin to glow to a searing hot red color. And as I approach this goblin, and super immense heat will begin to emit from my gauntlets as I cast Burning Hands, which is a 15-foot cone catching the one in front of me and these two goblins in the back. So I need all 3 of these guys to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay. The 3 goblins behind it, or the goblin in the front?
Yeah, the boss right in front of me, and then the 2. These.
That's
2
a natural
goblins.
1.
Okay.
And 16. I'm sorry, a 6 and an 18. So I think
15 is the DC. So 1 pass, 2 fail. The 2 that fail take 10 damage, and the 1 that passes takes half, so 5.
All right.
And as a bonus action, my entire suit of armor will emit a very low frequency pulse as it creates a defensive field around me, giving me 5 temporary hit points.
Nice.
And that is my turn.
And next up is going to be Malachite.
Wonderful. Alright. How is everybody looking who just got set on fire?
This one looks like he's, doing okay. This one looks rough.
Okay. In that case, 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. My giant elk is gonna back up 5 feet, and then charge 20 feet at the one who's doing all right.
Omri, go ahead and make a dex save.
Omri's fine.
Please don't.
Yeah, you're fine. You can
Artificer.
jump out of the way. Boom.
Ram attack. Oh boy!
Nice.
So that's the initial damage, but because it moved 20 feet straight towards it, it gets to roll an extra 2d6. And he needs to make a DC 14 strength save. If he's not dead after 23 points
He's
of damage.
dead.
That's my boy. Alright, and then for my action, 10, 15. How close are you? Yeah, that's close enough. I need 120 feet. We're just gonna cast Chaos Bolt at first level, because that sounds like fun.
Do it.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say a 26 hits.
Yeah. This one?
We'll go with the guy in the back. I'm in the wrong tool. The guy in the back here.
Okay.
So that's a 26. It is 2d8 plus 1d6.
I would say you probably have to move to here, because there's a giant elk.
No, that's fair. Move over here. That's fine. And then 2d8 plus 1d6. 4... 8. So... we're gonna do some force damage. 16 points of force damage to the guy in the back.
He just, explodes from force damage.
I just look at the rest of them. So who still thinks this is a good idea? That's my turn. That's
Are you making an intimidation check?
If you'll let me, I'm out of actions though, so
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think somebody else can make an intimidation check. They do look pretty intimidated.
That's fair. That's me.
Next up is going to be Reefy.
He's just gonna see these goblins, be like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I've got this, I got an idea! Reaches into his satchel and pulls out a very, light pink paintball, and he just hucks it as hard as he can, and it lands right over here, and explodes in white energy and pink glitter. As I cast Paintball, aka Fireball! And because I am a scribe, I can make it a different element, so I'm going to make it radiant damage instead of fire damage, because I don't want to light this place on fire!
That's so good. Okay, well, let me roll for the goblin bosses.
Don't worry,
The
I
other
can
one,
control
I
flames, we're good.
Even need to roll for.
If they have less than 16 hit points, they're just dead.
It's gone. Yeah. I rolled pretty good for that. One bad die.
Yeah, so that is 2 fails, which means... it's 1 success and 1 fail. So one of them just, poof, dies. 3 in the back, dead.
Did you get... I'm glitter bomb! And then I'm just gonna dip back around the corner. That's my turn.
Alright, next up is the goblins. They're gonna run away.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, they're just like, peace out. They run off towards the woods. I mean, I'm gonna say, they'll fire off, let's see. Do they have any ranged weapons? Yeah, he's got a short bow, so he'll fire off 2 short bow shots at Reefy. Or Reefy's ducked behind, so never mind. They'll fire.
I went cover.
It wouldn't hit anybody, so. Nope. None of their attacks hit. And the goblin boss. Let's see. Throws a javelin at Omri. Oh, nat 20! You get pierced by a javelin, Omri, for 11 points of piercing damage.
Well,
And then
you know what? Just for the hell of it, go ahead and have him make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, no. That's a nat 1.
Yeah, so as he throws his javelin and it hits me, I just look at him and I say, nice try. Cyclonic flames, also known as hellish rebuke.
Ah! He's just screaming and running. And then he will throw another javelin at the elk.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Doing with a 17.
That'll hit.
Is that okay? It does only 2 damage, so.
Cool.
Wait, hold on. It has. I'm sorry. I just read a fine print. It has disadvantage on its second attack, so the javelin just falls on the ground at the elf's feet, or at the elk's feet. This is a very sad combat for these goblins. So and then they just keep running. Is anybody going to chase after them?
I was going to use my turn to make an intimidation. Come back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to. Gotta.
I think technically I'm before you. So
Alright, go ahead.
well, I mean, I was planning on going after that goblin leader. So, because it just
We technically only need one of them to carry the story. How many goblins does it take to carry a message?
It's not gonna be the one that attacked my elk. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh, or Corey's friend. So, he is going to run up his 40 feet, duck around the elk to here. And then he's going to jump and twist and face step over here. And that goblin is going to need to... he's not even going to waste a rage on this. Make a... What is it? Summer... Oh no, it just takes 2 points of effect requires a saving throw. Does this really have to? Nope, it takes 2 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And then can I just grab it by the head and
A strength check.
Make a. You want to just break its neck?
pretty much like I'm not even drawing my I have long since resheathed my weapons. I just want to like jump up behind him, grab him, and just.
You have an unarmed attack, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make that.
Okay. Come on. That's a 21.
That hits.
Okay, that's technically 5 points of damage. Technically.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, the goal here is try to snap his neck, but I guess I'll just smack him.
Yeah, you get... I mean, maybe you can be, like, grappled onto his back and, like...
Sure, yeah, I just grab him. Actually, can I make a grapple check to try to grab him?
That's a lot for one.
Okay. Well, Oh wait, I have 2 attacks. I have 2 attacks. I'm gonna hit him again. You know, I'm just gonna hit him again. I'm like he doesn't need to waste his weapons on this.
That misses.
Darn it. All right.
You've got him. This is a stubborn motherfucker.
And then I'll turn around and face the rest of the party with it.
All right. He's struggling to get off of you. And it is
now it's Yari's turn.
Yari's turn.
So could I move my full movement and then make an intimidation, or be like an action?
You can move your movement.
Okay.
You get 1 action, 1 movement, and 1 reaction.
No, but I meant like, could I like double move like 60 feet and then intimidate?
No.
Or okay. All right.
But we did skip a
Well, you know what? If you want to, this guy's. It'll be cool. I'm gonna follow the rule of cool.
I'm basically gonna be like shouting at them anyway, just like.
Yeah, go for it. If anybody has a serious problem with me allowing this, you can message me and we'll work on. In the future, I won't do something like that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if Elisheva had something she wanted to do first.
Oh right, I skipped Elisheva. Sorry. Go ahead, Elisheva.
Oh no, I would just come out and I mean, where's Emery? Is this Emery here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Oh, that's 5, 10, 15. Okay, so that's within 40. So you were hurt, right?
Well, I had temporary hit points. The javelin didn't do much.
Oh, okay. So no, then I just let Jari do whatever he wants. Sorry, yeah.
Sorry.
And
Alright.
why don't you want me to bless you?
Nah. I don't think we need a blessing for this.
Okay.
Alright, so now my turn. I'm just going to. I mean, I could just walk up my regular to the edge of the woods and just call out to however many goblins are left, because Yari's just like, he sees a bunch of dead ones, he saw some running off, he saw one of his friends teleport and grappling with one, just yelling out, "And if you come back, we'll sick the shadow beast on you!" And just let them know that there is something we refer to as a shadow beast that will be guarding this tower.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a intimidation check with, I'm gonna say with advantage, because y'all scary as hell to these goblins. Get them to spread the rumor that this place is off limits.
Yeah.
It's not a rumor, that's a fact.
Yeah.
But we'll see how well that goes with a 12.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you don't know. You can't tell.
I'm sure they're scared. Let's just see how scared the things are that they tell this story to.
Yeah.
really
He's like running. He's like stumbling through the woods as you shout this after him. He looks over his shoulder, like trips over a stick, and then like keeps running. This is the one that you guys had already hit and pretty much almost decimated before. This one here. But he will carry your message. Omri, there is a goblin here, and it is your turn.
I will move up to this goblin. As a free action, I will yell to the goblin running away. And just tell him, add this to your message. I will look at Corey and tell him, don't move.
I just smile.
Swing the mace.
He's still like trying to like.
Son of a.
Tell me because
go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, because I know what Rose does on that ones. So Corey, I'm sorry.
Not always. Only if there is somebody there.
Okay.
This is how my previous barbarian sword got named.
There's another one.
A goblin.
Yeah, you're just gonna take 6 damage as you get maced.
Hey, Omri, any chance you can move like 5 feet diagonally upward?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
By the way, I'm still adjacent to the goblin technically, so it'd still be hitting me.
No, it's the elk's about to start coming up if this goblin ain't dead.
I mean, it's not dead.
I've got one more attack, so.
Okay,
Go for it. You can do it. Come on, Omri.
I'm done.
The same thing. That is.
So here's what I will say. Jill, this is karma for the other night.
Yeah.
Screen.
Yeah.
That's getting okay. That's getting screen capped.
Yeah.
There's another 9 points of damage, Corey. I'm sorry.
I mean, I can give you another dire consequence to your mace if you would like.
No, we're friends. We'll talk it out later.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Swings high, goblin ducks. Swings low, goblin picks it up. At some point, you gotta just let the goblin go, man.
All right. Malachite, it's your turn. I think,
Yeah.
unless... Do you have anything else you want to do, Omri?
No, bonus action, hang my head in shame.
Alright, Malachite, go forth.
Alright, we'll start by... this is a giant elk. Can I just hop on top of him?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Is that one of your attacks? Oh!
No, I just want to be on top of my
boy.
giant elk.
Okay. Go ahead and make an animal handling check.
Does it make a difference if he's technically under my control?
You can have
Or
advantage.
friendly to me? Alright.
Yeah.
Animal handling. I am okay at these. I'm not great at these. That's not gonna probably do it. That's cocked. 17.
70? What?
17.
Yeah.
1-7.
I was like, Steven, I think you're rolling the wrong dice.
Yeah, that was a D. No. 17. 1-7.
Yeah, 17 will do it. You can jump on its back. It has no
I-
saddle, so you are like, whoa.
Oh yeah, this is fun for me. I'm half dead. Like, this is great. Bonus action. At him. And...
Yeah, do it.
Come on, buddy. Not a nat 1.
A 15?
Is this flanking, and is he grappled? Grappled doesn't give me advantage, but do you do
He's
flanking?
not grappled, but that is flanking. So 18, that will hit. And that
Alright.
is enough.
Cool, because if it wasn't, it's also... Because he moved more than 20 feet, that's 6 more points.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's super dead.
And he's back.
Congratulations, everybody. You solved the internet's goblin puzzle. I didn't like that roll table.
I'm gonna make it a bit easier to make sure goblins don't come back. I'm gonna cast Suggestion on this one with my action.
Okay.
Every creature you meet for the next 8 hours, you tell them this tower's protected. And if they want to come for it, I just pet the giant elk's head. They get to deal with me. Bye.
Eyes bulging out of head. He runs off into the forest.
Goodbye.
Leaving you all here alone. At around this moment, Jaques starts like you guys had agreed to bring him out to guard, right? That's what you
Oh,
decided.
yeah, we'll unlock it.
Yeah, that was part of the conversation was to speak with him and let him out into the light, let him breathe the fresh air, and give him purpose.
Yeah, he comes like out of the cage area, and he steps forward, and he just looks. So, that is what he looks like. But let me find the OG.
For how hurt are you? No? Okay.
I'll just spend hit dice on this.
I mean, you
This
guys
is
can
nothing.
also rest. Well, actually, you're probably about to go. You're about to go on a journey, so.
Yeah, I'll just short rest. I'll just short rest this.
Okay.
He steps out into the light for the first time, and he says, "My friends, may I call you that now?"
Sure.
I'm good with it.
I am very grateful. I thank you for giving me something more.
Well, and you will have some company. Our other newest friend here, Malachite, has chosen to stay behind as well. So you will have some company.
You and me for a bit, my friend. What do you say?
And if Malachite is here, I will be back.
I I am quite grateful to be able to let the sunlight touch me at all. The world you live in, it is so beautiful.
Yari looks around at like this surface world outside of the. Sorry.
I hope you know that if you are seeking to protect this place and others like it, I hope you know your cause is worthy. At least to me.
We like to think so.
We are heading out to seek some, like a palliative measure or some sort of way to undo all of this evil, and we are entrusted with the safety. So I think that it's a good thing that we met.
Indeed. And he, you see him, try to get up and stand proper, but he can't really. He kind of falls back down onto his paws. When I was a young man, I used to live in the nearby village. So long ago, my family wouldn't remember me now. But I don't know. It's just, I feel so grateful. I would walk along the fields, and that I can do that again now. I owe that to you. So thank you.
Jake Queese, if you don't mind me asking, we are headed to the city, and it's quite possible that we'll pass through your village. What is your family name?
I wish I could remember.
Well, we'll see if we can't find anything out, and
if you find my family, don't tell them that you saw me like this. I don't want them to worry.
So you don't even want them to know that you're alive?
Would you want your family to know you were alive if you were a monster?
We can make our report when we have something to report.
Yeah.
That would mean a great deal to me.
Yep, I can let it be.
Fair enough.
Family is important.
I can sympathize with what you're doing. There are many ways of our feeling like a monster.
You just feel Malachite's hand on your shoulder, Ellie.
There are no monsters among you. You are heroes. At least you're trying to be. And I believe that is what makes a hero. Trying to be one. Perhaps the realm will be better off for having had you in it. I hope so, at least.
I'd like to turn to Reefy real quick, and take that jetstone, and hand it to Reefy, and just say, I found this downstairs. Have no clue what it is. It's pretty, but I think it may be somewhat elemental, and I think you might get better use out of this than me. So, and I will hand him the jetstone.
Well, thank you. Just looks like a rock to me, but all right.
For anybody that doesn't know, jet is a type of coal. So, out of game real quick. Jet is a form of coal. So,
Interesting.
50.
That's very cool.
Well,
And Jacques will go and collect this is gross, guys, sorry, the corpse of Noki and just, like, head off into the woods to bury the body.
Well, that's one less piece of evidence we need to worry about.
I was going to tell him if he was hungry, there's some, fresh food in the woods, but I thought that might be too far, so.
He'll take care of burying all of the corpses.
Elisheva will, she'll go and like a prayer for the dead, to her goddess. And wish, just so as a way of like honoring the dead for who are.
What does that prayer sound like?
I would like to think that she has a sweet, like, sort of a bit, like a sweet contralto voice, and it will be a very lullaby, since that's my like prayer.
Mm-hmm.
But a little bit haunting.
So you sing your prayers. That's beautiful. And so as the music drifts out into the woods, and you all head off, as you're singing, you're a Twilight cleric, right? You feel that just like gentle energy, that feeling of like when you're lying in a field in the middle of the night, looking up at the sky. That the cool air. You take a breath and for a moment it's like you're breathing the cool air of the night sky at midnight. I'll say, Yari, as you guys are heading off, your patron seems pleased. More people means more power at your fingertips, more possessions at your disposal. You have money now, and there's so much out there. There's more rich and wealth to come, he supposes. And you just know this instinctively. Like, he doesn't even speak to you. You have the thoughts almost as if they're your own.
Yeah, historically, the way I'm thinking it is that Yari's patron doesn't usually speak to him, like, indirectly. Like, he would probably make a personal appearance, because look at me, if he wants to talk directly. But yeah, Yari gets these feelings, and yeah, suppose you're right. There is money and power to be obtained out here.
You do also get the sense that he's looking for an appearance soon. Like, he's wanting to have a meetup.
Yeah, well, Yari will try to be available at times. Probably whenever we're making our long rests, he'll probably take some time to find somewhere to be by himself in case that needs to happen.
Omri, have you ever been to the big city before? Do you think?
Not here. Definitely not in this land. Omri's probably never been to a large city, period. Probably if you named things by population, I would say the largest that he's ever visited for any length of time would probably be a town. More than just a village, but not a big city.
So you guys have this map of Cormyr, and you can see on the where the city is. You've heard of this place, this metropolitan paradise, in a way, with more technology probably than you have ever dreamed of, or at least as much. And that hope and excitement over that lurks on the horizon for you. I'm curious as to how our barbarian of the group is following along as you guys leave the camp.
I don't know, he was impressed by that recent fight. Because if it's not obvious, he doesn't hold casters in the highest of respect, thinking them squishy weaklings. But he's impressed, and he can see some gears turning in his head. Yeah. Where they're turning and what they're turning for, you don't know, but their gears turning.
And Rifi, as you begin your trek through the woods, you're just reminded again of the colors, the shapes, the many fascinating visages that are on your horizon. As you all kind of leave behind, we follow you slightly away from the tower, and then we see once more the silhouette of that same stranger just peering over on the tower as Malachite, now with an elk, waits for your return. And that is where we're going to end our game.
Dun dun dun. We cleared the dungeon! We cleared the dungeon!
You cleared the dungeon!
Yay.
Everybody, you guys all level up.
Oh my god!
Yeah!
It's time. You have reached the milestone of clearing the dungeon. So you will now level up to level 6, baby! I love that you guys leveled up on an RP heavy episode. I feel like that doesn't happen very often, but your RP was on point this game. Y'all can all have inspiration for just like going with that. There was so much wonderful like character moments, and I just really enjoyed having you guys, especially your interactions with JQs were very, very I thought lovely.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you everyone for watching our stream tonight. This is the Moosewater Tavern. I am GM Rose. I have not a lot of spots left in my games right now, but you can check them out anyway. You can always join Rose's gaming club on the Discord and the DM's Den. I do things like ask random questions about people's characters every day, and I run one-shots every other week with alternating back and forth with Steven, and I also have the thing I have the most space in right now is a Monster of the Week game, I believe, and then I have one space left in my Thursday D&D game. And then, of course, occasionally I have open up spots like I did tonight when Steven got to play with us. But this group is pretty much locked as it is, at least for the time being. There might be spots opening up at some point, but the group that I have openings in is Magic Mouth's Mad Ventures. If you're looking to join that one, definitely though. Either way, you guys should still come play at Moosewater Tavern because there's a lot of amazing DMs and a lot of pretty dope-ass people. And come hang out with us. Come do nerdy shit with us. on every day of the week for every month of the day. I'm done talking. This is
We'll
it from me.
We'll see you in the